Welcome to the Know. I'm Ashley Jenkins.
And I'm Gray Haddock.
Apparently no one can create React videos anymore.
What?
No, calm down, cowboy.
No, seriously, calm down, or otherwise you might owe somebody royalties or something in today's internet. It is all very unclear.
No reacting. We are, of course, reacting. I feel like we should be throwing money at the screen. To the announcement of React World made by popular YouTubers, the Fine Brothers, last week. In the announcement video, which has since set the internet on fire, Benny and Raffi Fine offer legal licensing of their brand-specific React format.
They've also registered a trademark for the word React and a few others as it applies to entertainment services, namely providing an ongoing series of programs and webisodes via the internet in the field of observing and interviewing various groups of people.
Because that's not vague.
Yeah.
Before we get too far down this volatile and very angry rabbit hole, in the interest of full disclosure, we're going to acknowledge at the top right here that the Fine Brothers are part of Fullscreen, Rooster Teeth's parent company. Putting it right out there. We've also been in a few of their videos. Well, we haven't, but some other Rooster Teeth people you've probably never heard of have. Thanks, Meg. Meg's been in it.
Yeah.
At this point, some of you may be wondering, who are the Fine Brothers and what are React videos? The Fine Brothers are Benny and Raffi Fine, who've been creating YouTube videos since 2007 under their network Fine Brothers Entertainment. I keep wanting to call them the Fine Bros.
Fine Bros.
They've got over 20 million subscribers across their channels, with one of their most popular being React.
Yeah, you might be familiar with that one. In addition to having guests from Rooster Teeth on their YouTubers React show, they also have Elders React, Kids React, and Teens React. And in the show, guests react to various videos, technology, news, stories, video games, anything that could elicit hilarious or thoughtful reactions from different demographics.
Like kids reacting to eating haggis, which is gross. Oh, sorry, Scottish people. Or elders reacting to D's nuts. Or people in general reacting to the rage simulator known as Battletoads.
So even if you haven't seen one of these shows from the Fine Bros, then you've probably seen them replicated in any number of places. Ellen and BuzzFeed, for instance, have done their own videos all about people's reactions to stuff. And this is actually a huge part of the issue, and we'll circle back to that later.
So what is the issue? Is it just like a Sony attempting to trademark Let's Play? Not exactly. It's kind of complicated this time around.
So, according to the announcement of React World, the Fine Brothers are offering other creators a chance to create, upload, and license React videos with the same format, set of graphics, and other brand standards.
Now, the idea is that it would give content creators a legal way to recreate the React show, expose it to a bigger audience, and share in the profits from the Fine Brothers network. That, in and of itself, isn't enough to get the pitchforks going, even for the internet, and the internet will write over just about anything.
And boy, are they taking this opportunity by the horns.
What's actually got the internet responding poorly isn't the basis of licensing in general, it's the idea that React videos could be a licensed format in the first place. First of all, format is an incredibly vague term, which is huge part of the problem.
Is the format people watching something and then talking about it as though they're watching? Or is it a different format if you cut between groups of people all reacting?
I don't know.
What if you showed the video on the screen as they watch it versus cutting to the video they're reacting to while they talk over it?
Maybe.
And if you include their name and, I don't know, say Twitter handle, is that part of the format?
No clue. The definition itself really is supposed to refer to specific graphics, timing elements, music, shot angles, that kind of thing. A show that looks and plays out like React, so that if you watched another show, you could mistake it for an actual Fine Brothers React video.
Yeah, but the term format summons the impression of reaction videos in general, which the Fine Brothers later tried to clarify in a post on Facebook saying, "We do not own the idea or copyright for reaction videos overall, nor did we ever say we did. You don't need anyone's permission to make these kinds of videos, and we're not coming after anyone."
This insistence hasn't stopped other YouTubers from coming out in force to criticize the debut of React World, including Mega64, who their video is actually very funny, announced they are copywriting videos filmed outside. Also, Boogie 2988, CCP Gray, Dan Bull, Video Game Donkey. You get the picture. It's basically everybody that has a YouTube channel. Look, like us.
So
we're talking about it.
Despite the Fine Brothers' efforts to clarify and apologize, it seems that they are having an entirely different conversation than the community is having, in part because they haven't really defined what exactly they mean when they talk about React's format.
It all comes back to what specifically they're trying to cover and the internet's understanding of licenses, copyrights, and trademarks, which is nebulous at best. People keep mixing up copyrights and trademarks in particular.
Yeah, licensing has long been a part of traditional media. It's why even reality shows with similar premises don't all follow the exact same structure. For example, it's the difference between American Idol, The Voice, America's Got Talent. So if you want to create a singing competition show, you're probably going to run into legal consequences if it's too similar to American Idol.
Hence the differences in formats you see with all those other shows. An alternative, of course, would be to license the American Idol format, especially if you're in another country and you want the affiliation with a larger established brand, which a lot of countries do.
And this is actually what the Fine Brothers have said their intent is with React World, giving international creators a chance to join in. But attempting to license content that originated on YouTube isn't something that's been done with online video, and it's probably why it's been being met with so much contention.
Well, part of it. There's also the fact that they've made comments and taken actions in the past which have caused others to think they might not be entirely upfront about what they really hope to accomplish with this trademark and licensing project.
The biggest complaint people have revolves around the allegation that the Fine Bros are trying to copyright all reaction videos, but that's not quite accurate. The Fine Brothers have registered for a trademark.
Right, it's the copyright trademark thing.
And it's not claiming a copyright on all reaction videos.
Look, it's an important legal distinction. A copyright protects a specific creation, say the footage and art of a particular episode of React, while a trademark is meant to protect a brand in a certain context from confusion by competitors, and copyright is automatic based on a creation, while trademark requires an application and approval from a government body, in this case, the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office.
And that wasn't confusing at all.
Sorry.
Filing for a trademark on React is probably more of a measure to keep other large media outlets like, BuzzFeed, to repeat an early example, from copying React style and naming their own shows React. But it ends up applying to all the little guys too, and there's the rub.
Probably more the little guys. And fun fact, actually, since trademarks can exist in multiple contexts, React is also trademarked already for emergency response software, paddles for use in ball games, remote control cars, operating systems for oil rigs, emergency contraceptives, and a whole bunch more. That's a fine company.
For the Fine Brothers. So, does that mean no more React videos unless you pay the Fine Brothers? No, not exactly. Look, if the trademark passes the opposition phase, Fine Brothers would legally be within their rights to go after any brands or videos which they feel are causing confusion with their React videos. And that probably does not include things like people filming their reactions to the Red Wedding or, Hitler reacting to the Fine Brothers, but it could.
In the end, it can also come down to their definition. And we've also seen some other brands be very aggressive about this kind of policy. Before they ultimately relinquished the trademark for the name Candy in certain video games, King, the creators of Candy Crush, actively went after other games in the App Store marketplace with the name Candy in them, even if they weren't remotely like it.
And the Fine Brothers have not exactly been hands-off about it in the past either. YouTubers have been coming out of the woodwork this week with reports that the Fine Brothers have taken down their own reaction videos unfairly, such as Lekev Plays and 8-Bit Eric.
There are also reports that the Fine Brothers encouraged brigading against Ellen, the TV show, for, quote, taking their Kids React format a few years ago, even though they were actually super different in terms of presentation.
The trademark has now moved through the examination phase of the U.S. Patent Office and is now going to be published. Once it gets published tomorrow, it enters the opposition phase, which means members of the public can oppose the filing.
Assuming you are affected by it, you're a content creator in particular. It doesn't actually necessarily apply to the general viewing audience. On the surface, the U.S. Patent Office hasn't found any reason, say conflicts with other existing trademarks, to stop the process, but now is when the public gets to weigh in and offer their thoughts on whether it's an issue.
Many lawyers have already weighed in on the subject, most of whom feel that this trademark cannot possibly hold up. The general consensus seems to be that while they're well within their rights to pursue the trademark, it's simply going to be too much, too hard, and too many other things to control the format in the long term, mostly because of that whole muddy definition of what they consider the React format to be.
It's also difficult because trademarks require you to prove that you created and control what you're trying to protect. But reaction videos have been around a long time before the Fine Brothers catapulted to the top ranks of YouTube, and using words like React in the title of a reaction video is actually super common.
In fact, the first Seniors React video, that we know of anyway, was uploaded before the Fine Brothers started their Elders React series, though not, it should be noted, their React videos in general, which have been around since 2010.
Yeah, so actually, Cake, the band, had a reaction-based music video years ahead, and if you want to drive home how long React-type videos have been around, how about Art Linkletter's People Are Funny from 1954?
Well, the point is...
Been around a while.
Yeah, legally they can't control the format of asking people questions. But if they get the trademark, they could stop people from titling their videos with the word React, which, given how generic the term is for that type of video, is, as Tumblr would say, problematic.
So, what's the final verdict here? It all actually boils down to how you view intellectual property created on the internet. For longtime YouTube creators like the Fine Brothers, they clearly want to protect what they feel is their brand and their product.
So, right or wrong? And so far, both lawyers and the internet in general are leaning heavily in the direction of wrong. The tone of the original announcement video communicates that they legitimately think they created the format.
And while Sony trademarking Let's Plays was about a company trying to possibly co-opt a community term for its own gain, this is more a case of a content creator trying to protect something they feel they already have the rights to. And by getting legal high ground, they'd like to make it possible for others to share in the rewards and get what they feel they're owed, I guess.
Unfortunately for the Fine Brothers, it seems like the internet at large is not interested in what they're selling, or licensing as the case may be.
Because you have to own something before you can sell it.
Yeah, details. And just another example of how a model that's worked for decades in traditional media might not always translate well to the internet.
So the internet keeps its Wild West status for another day and rides off to the sunset to react to more things and file oppositions and stuff.
So, what do you think of the Fine Brothers React World controversy? Are you with hashtag Team Internet?
Wait,
the Fine Brothers of the actual internet? I'm sure that you'll explain it to us in the comments.
We own the trademarks for all of that, by the way, so you can't use the words.
To stay informed of the next inevitable YouTube controversy and all of its reactions, like this video and subscribe to The Know.
I feel like I want to react, but I can't.
Hello, Mr. Monty Ohm.
Hello, Bernie. I was very excited about the moment my first scene showed up at a convention. No one had any idea what to expect.
Got a full house for the Ruby panel, RTX 2014.
With Red vs. Blue and Rooster Teeth as a company, there's a lot of things we hope to create to make people happy in ways they wouldn't expect.